إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستهديه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله تعالى من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبد الله ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. أما بعد، عباد الله اتقوا الله، أوصيكم ونفسي بتقوى الله العظيم. قال الله عز وجل: يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم، ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. The subject is about taqwa, in which we lack all and we need all. There is an ayah that really freaks the person, scares the mu'min, who has a hope that Allah strengthen his faith and keep him on guidance. What is the ayah? وَمَا كَانَ اللَّهُ لِيُضِلَّ قَوْمًا بَعْدَ إِذْ هَدَاهُمْ حَتَّى يُبَيِّنَ لَهُمْ مَا يَتَّقُونَ. Allah would not be misguiding, diverting people from guidance into misguidance until He made what they should be avoiding so clear to them. That means He will not let someone be misguided, but Allah makes the guidance clear to him. Then people decide. People do not fear Allah. After people do not fear Allah, they may deserve to be diverted after clear signs of guidance had been shown to them. What should they be avoiding? Allah makes it clear to people what should they be avoiding. Then if they did not avoid, then they deserve to be misguided. حَتَّى يُبَيِّنَ لَهُمْ مَا يَتَّقُونَ. And linguistically, the word taqwa is about something to be avoided. So don't forget this ayah in the 9th chapter of Al-Quran, Surah At-Tawbah. وَمَا كَانَ اللَّهُ لِيُضِلَّ قَوْمًا. Allah would not be diverting people after He had guided them until He makes clear to them what should they yattaqun, what should they avoid. And when there was an argument between the two sons of Adam, the evil one among them said to the righteous one, لَأَقْتُلَنَّكَ, I want to kill you. So what did his brother say? إِنَّمَا يَتَقَبَّلُ اللَّهُ مِنَ الْمُتَّقِينَ. Allah verily accepts, approves the righteous work from those God-fearing ones. He accepts the good work from those who are pious, God-fearing ones. Naam. That is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered us to establish our background, our roots on taqwa. أَفَمَنْ أَسَّسَ بُنْيَانَهُ عَلَى تَقْوَى مِنَ اللَّهِ وَرِضْوَانٍ خَيْرٍ. Who is better? Isn't it the one who established the basis of his faith on taqwa from Allah and His pleasure? Isn't this better? أَمَّنْ أَسَّسَ بُنْيَانَهُ عَلَى شَفَا جُرُفٍ هَارٍ. Or the one who builds the roots of his foundation based on shaky pillars, shaky pegs, then it will soon collapse with him. And the worst collapse, and the worst falling, فَانْهَارَ بِهِ فِي نَارِ جَهَنَّمْ. The worst collapse will be when you will be collapsed even in hell. It's not only a shaky pillars that will let your building collapse in life, but Allah is talking about the buildings of taqwa. If you have no taqwa, on what you're going to establish your foundation? So what is the basis of taqwa? What is the meaning, the original meaning of taqwa? Scholars say that the taqwa means that a servant should make between him and what he avoids wiqaya, a prevention. He should keep between himself and what he fears a prevention. فَتَقْوَى الْعَبْدِ. So the fearing of the servant of Allah, أَنْ يَجْعَلَ بَيْنَهُ وَبَيْنَ مَا يَخْشَى, that he should be setting between him and what he fears from his Lord, from his anger, from his wrath, from his punishment, a prevention that protect him from that. What is the best thing to protect you from Allah's anger, from Allah's wrath? The best protection is fearing Allah. Yeah, some atheists may say, oh, come on, you always talk about fearing God, fearing God. That's abusive against human rights. Fearing God, fearing God, fearing God. There is no one that you run to when you fear from except Allah. I repeat, everything when you fear you run away from. But only Allah is the only one that whenever we fear Him, we run to Him. Where is the way? Where is the escape away from Allah? And there is no way from Him except the way to Him. Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu was asked a question about the meaning of taqwa. Can you, Abu Hurairah, give us a definition? Can you define to us what is taqwa? Abu Hurairah said, هل أخذت طريقا ذا شوك? Have you ever crossed between a thorny, took away of a thorny road? قال نعم. He said yes. قال فكيف صنعت? What did you do? He said, if I see the thorns, I try myself, I struggle to avoid it, to isolate myself away from it. Abu Hurairah said, this is the taqwa. You are avoiding the thorns. So the taqwa of Allah is to avoid things that bring Allah's wrath and anger. That is the taqwa. Ali ibn Abi Talib radiallahu anhu, he defined at-taqwa saying, هو الخوف من الجليل, fearing the omnipotent, والعمل بالتنزيل, and to practice the revelation, والقناعة بالقليل, and to be contented of the few things that Allah provided you. والاستعداد ليوم الرحيل, and to make preparation for the day when you bid life the farewell, saying goodbye to life, in which many people don't want but they have to, and they wish to remain, knowing not what is better for them at the day of judgment. Ibn Mas'ud radiallahu anhu said about taqwa, what is taqwa? أن يطاع فلا يعصى, that he should be obeyed, not be disobeyed. ويذكر فلا ينسى, he should be remembered. He should be remembered but not to be forgotten. وَأَنْ يُشْكَرَ فَلَا يُكْفَرْ. And he should be thanked, praised, and not to be ignored. Other scholars said, التقوى أن تعمل بطاعة الله. Taqwa is to work on the obedience of Allah. على نور من الله, by the light of Allah. Without innovations, bid'ah. People nowadays are drawn with bid'ah, innovations. Their only justification is, what's wrong with that? That's it. Once they don't find any evidence for their innovation, the only justification is to say, what's wrong with it? Are we making kufr? No, we're seeking to get closer to Allah. There is no way to come closer to Allah but by what Allah ordered. Innovation do not increase you but to be more distant from Allah. If you but know. So, the definition given by other scholars, that you work with the obedience of Allah, through the light of Allah, tarju thawab Allah, hoping the rewarding of Allah, وَأَن تَتْرُكَ مَعْصِيَةَ اللَّهِ, and that you abandon the disobedience of Allah, عَلَى نُورٍ مِّنَ اللَّهِ, by the light of Allah, تَخَافُ عِقَابَ اللَّهِ, fearing the punishment of Allah. It's so beautiful. Some other scholars said, الْمُتَّقِي أَشَدُّ مُحَاسَبَةً لِنَفْسِهِ مِنَ الشَّرِيكِ الشَّحِيحِ لِشَرِيكِهِ. The God-fearing one is more accounting himself, judging himself. He's more than the partner, the stingy partner, who argues with his other partner. That's why some poetries are so beautiful, especially regarding the matter of taqwa. Those who say, تزود من التقوى فإنك لا تدري إذا جن ليل هل تعيش إلى الفجر. Keep providing yourself from taqwa, for you don't know. If a night comes, will you be alive until the next day morning? فكم من صحيح مات بغير علة. How many healthy people, they suddenly died without any disease, no illnesses. وكم من سقيم عاش حينا من الدهر. And how many sick people, they lived more than those sound people. وكم من فتى أمسى وأصبح ضاحكا وقد نسجت أكفانه وهو لا يدري. الله أكبر. And how many young person who kept the night laughing, jesting, enjoying, and he didn't know that on the next day there are some people who are making shrouds, and this shroud is done for him while he doesn't know. وكم من فتى أمسى وأصبح ضاحكا وقد نسجت أكفانه وهو لا يدري. فداوم على تقوى الإله فإنها أمان من الأهوال في موقف الحشر. الله أكبر. So keep yourself struggling on taqwa, fearing Allah, for this is the best secure for you on the day of fear, on the day of gathering. These are some definitions about what a person should be knowing about at-taqwa. At-taqwa is the secret of guidance. Wallahi. At-taqwa is the secret of guidance, and not fearing Allah is the secret of misguidance. How many people we saw them in the mosques, mashallah, growing their beards, shortening their thobe, coming to the mosque. Suddenly, 1 year passes. Brother, we saw you before in the mosque. Where are you? I'm sure you were sick or you were in trouble. No, neither sick nor in trouble. So why don't you come to the mosque? He's changed. What changed him? You don't know. What people are involved with in their secret, special, private times. They look like those who fear Allah publicly, but secretly, the matter is different. The day of judgment, one of the people of hell will be seen lifting his intestines with him, going around just like that, just like the way the donkey walks around, just like this, and holding his intestines with him. People will be coming to him, asking him, you are the so and so. You used to be forbidding us from doing the evil, encouraging us to do the good. What brought you here? And he'll be saying, I used to be ordering you the thing that I do not do, and forbid you from doing the thing that I was doing. That's why. That is his way of punishment. The best consequences for taqwa. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, تِلْكَ الدَّارُ الْآخِرَةُ نَجْعَلُهَا لِلَّذِينَ لَا يُرِيدُونَ عُلُوًّا فِي الْأَرْضِ وَلَا فَسَادًا وَالْعَاقِبَةُ لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. In another ayah, وَالْعَاقِبَةُ لِلتَّقْوَى. And the greatest consequence is for taqwa, for those God-fearing ones. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, the home of the hereafter we assign to those who do not desire exaltedness upon the earth or corruption. And the best outcome and consequence is for those God-fearing ones. أقول قولي هذا أستغفر الله العظيم لي ولكم ولسائر المؤمنين من كل ذنب فاستغفروا الله وتوبوا إليه إن ربي هو الغفور الرحيم. رب اغفر لي وتب علي إنك أنت التواب الغفور. رب اغفر لي رب اغفر لي وتب علي إنك أنت التواب. الحمد لله وصلى الله وسلم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. In this khutbah that is dedicated for this holy subject, which is the best subject, which is the wasiyah of Allah unto us as it used to be His wasiyah unto people before us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَلَقَدْ وَصَّيْنَا الَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْكِتَابَ مِنْ قَبْلِكُمْ وَإِيَّاكُمْ أَنِ اتَّقُوا اللَّهِ. We have advised or recommended the people of the book before you, as well as you, that fear Allah. وَإِن تَكْفُرُوا فَإِنَّ لِلَّهِ مَا فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. For if you disbelieve, if you ignore, if you deny, then to Allah belongs what's in the heavens and the earth and what they contain. And when people boast that I belong to this tribe and he belongs to that tribe, I look whitey, he looks browny, this one is Afro-black and that one is European blonde. This is sometimes this people's scale. But what is the scale with Allah? Inna akramakum inda Allahi atqakum. The most honorable one among you in Allah's scale, not people's scale, in Allah's scale. Atqakum, the more God-fearing one among you. This is the most honorable one in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was talking about the sons of Adam, that they should be covering themselves with dresses, with clothes, saying, يا بني آدم قد أنزلنا عليكم لباسا يواري سوآتكم وريشا. O sons of Adam, we have descended to you a clothes that cover your shameful parts and feather. وَلِبَاسُ التَّقْوَى ذَلِكَ خَيْرٌ. And the clothing of God-fearing, this is the best kind of clothing. How many people they're covering themselves, but their hearts are uncovered, naked hearts. From what? From God-fearing. And when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, was talking about Hajj, He said, لَن يَنَالَ اللَّهَ لُحُومُهَا وَلَا دِمَاؤُهَا. Nothing will be reaching the sacrifice, what you call qurbani. Nothing will be reaching to Allah. It will not be beneficial to Allah. Allah is not intending to be benefited by the sacrifice you make. But Allah wants one thing only from you. وَلَكِنْ يَنَالُهُ التَّقْوَى مِنْكُمْ. What Allah wants to reach from you is the God-fearing from you to Him. Allahu Akbar. Finally, I'll be ending this khutbah with those beautiful, marvelous ayat, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, قل يا عبادي الذين آمنوا اتقوا ربكم للذين أحسنوا في هذه الدنيا حسنة وأرض الله واسعة إنما يوفى الصابرون أجرهم بغير حساب. Say, my servants who have believed, fear your Lord. For those who do good in this world is good, and the earth of Allah is spacious. Indeed, the patient will be given their reward without account. قل إني أمرت أن أعبد الله مخلصا له الدين. Say, indeed I have been commanded to worship Allah, being sincere to Him in religion. وأمرت لأن أكون أول المسلمين. And I have been commanded to be the first among the Muslims. قل إني أخاف إن عصيت ربي عذاب يوم عظيم. Say, indeed I fear, if I should disobey my Lord, the punishment of the tremendous day. قل الله أعبد مخلصا له ديني. Say, it is Allah alone whom I worship, sincere to Him in my religion. فَاعْبُدُوا مَا شِئْتُم مِّن دُونِهِ. So worship anything apart from Him if you want. But look at the divine, impressive, effective verses of Allah. قُلْ إِنَّ الْخَاسِرِينَ الَّذِينَ خَسِرُوا أَنفُسَهُمْ وَأَهْلِيهِمْ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ أَلَا ذَلِكَ هُوَ الْخُسْرَانُ الْمُبِينُ. Say, the true losers are those who lose themselves and their families on the day of resurrection. There is no doubt that this is the manifest loss. The manifest loss at the day of judgment is that when you lose your salvation at the day of judgment, and those who were fanatically following you among your children, you are the responsible one behind their loss as well. You and your family will be lost. From what? From Allah's promise of Jannat, gardens. Imagine that kind of regret will be the greatest, the worst kind of regret. Today, some of us, they regret having not a blonde wife, a beautiful, gorgeous wife, wealth, money, good housing. He regrets. But he will realize at the day of judgment that the worst regret will be the regret of loss. When we see the good thing that Allah is granting those who obeyed Him. And it will be said to us as well as our families, go to hell. لهم من فوقهم ظلل من النار ومن تحتهم ظلل ذلك يخوف الله به عباده يا عبادي فاتقون. They will have canopies, layers of fire above them, and below them canopies. By that, Allah threatens His servants, O my servants, fear me. وَالَّذِينَ اجْتَنَبُوا الطَّاغُوتَ أَن يَعْبُدُوهَا وَأَنَابُوا إِلَى اللَّهِ لَهُمُ الْبُشْرَى فَبَشِّرْ عِبَادِ. But those who have avoided the Taghut, anything is being worshipped beside Allah, taken as a partner beside Allah. But for those who have avoided Taghut, lest they worship it, and turned back to Allah, for them are good tidings. So give good news to my servants. الَّذِينَ يَسْتَمِعُونَ الْقَوْلِ فَيَتَّبِعُونَ أَحْسَنَهُ. Those who listen to the speech and follow the best of it. أُولَٰئِكَ الَّذِينَ هَدَاهُمُ اللَّهُ وَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمْ أُولُو الْأَلْبَابِ. Those who listen to the speech and follow the best of it, those are the ones whom Allah hath guided, and those are the people of understanding. أَفَمَنْ حَقَّ عَلَيْهِ كَلِمَةُ الْعَذَابِ أَفَأَنْتَ تُنْقِذُ مَنْ فِي النَّارِ. Then is one who has deserved the decree of punishment to be guided, then can you save one who is in the fire? Can you save him? لَكِنِ الَّذِينَ اتَّقَوْا رَبَّهُمْ. But as for those who fear their Lord, لَهُمْ غُرَفٌ مَبْنِيَّةٌ. They have well-built chambers. لَهُمْ غُرَفٌ مِنْ فَوْقِهَا غُرَفٌ مَبْنِيَّةٌ. They have chambers, and over it chambers that are well built. تَجْرِي مِنْ تَحْتِهَا الْأَنْهَارِ. By which rivers are flowing beneath. وعد الله لا يخلف الله الميعاد. This is the promise of Allah, that Allah will not fail to fulfill to those who fulfill the condition of fearing Allah the Almighty. هذا وصلوا وسلموا على أشرف نبي وأكرم هذا. فقد أمركم ربكم عز وجل بذلك فقال جل من قائل عليم إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد كما صليت على آل إبراهيم وبارك على محمد وآل محمد كما باركت على آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم إنا نعوذ بعزتك لا إله إلا أنت أن تضلنا. أنت الحي الذي لا يموت والإنس والجن يموتون. اللهم إنا نعوذ بك من الضلالة بعد الهدى. اللهم اجعلنا من عبادك المتقين. اللهم اختم لنا بالتقوى. توفنا اللهم مسلمين وألحقنا بالصالحين يا رب العالمين. اللهم اجعلنا من عبادك الصالحين غير خزايا ولا مفتونين. اللهم احفظنا بالإيمان قائمين واحفظنا بالإسلام راقدين. اللهم ولا تشمت بنا الأعداء ولا الحاسدين يا رب العالمين. ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا ظلما كثيرا ولا يغفر الذنوب إلا أنت. اللهم فاغفر لنا مغفرة من عندك وارحمنا إنك أنت الغفور الرحيم. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. سبحانك اللهم رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.